Welcome to Male Mind Unlocked. In a world obsessed with labels, where men are measured by loudness, dominance, and conformity, there exists a figure who resists the script entirely. He does not shout to be heard, nor does he need a crowd to validate his worth. You know him as the Sigma, the man who chooses silence over noise, substance over appearances, and depth over superficial recognition. To many he appears distant, cold, or even arrogant. Yet that impression only masks the reality of a mind too aware to waste energy on empty pursuits. What you see as detachment is in truth a shield, forged not from disdain but from wisdom. The Sigma man understands that society builds invisible cages, disguised as expectations, designed to make you follow, obey, and conform. But he refuses to be bound. He knows that freedom is not granted by external systems, but claimed by those willing to stand alone in the storm. This independence, this refusal to bend, creates an aura that women instinctively notice. It is not rebellion for the sake of rebellion, but the pure force of authenticity in motion. Authenticity is his most magnetic trait. When he enters a room, he does not need to announce himself with grand gestures. His very presence carries the weight of someone who has nothing to prove and everything to live for. That quiet assurance makes people turn their heads, not out of fear, but out of curiosity. Women especially sense it, the rare vibration of a man unshaken by opinion, uninterested in shallow approval. To them, he feels like an unexplored horizon, a promise of something new beyond the ordinary. He is not reckless, yet he embraces risk because he knows growth demands discomfort. He is not chasing thrill for applause, but pursuing challenges that awaken his spirit. In this way, he becomes a mirror, reminding women of their own longing for freedom, their own suppressed desire to break patterns and step beyond boundaries. He does not ask anyone to follow, yet the path he forges inspires those who watch. The Sigma man is not an invention of myth, nor a copy of the Alpha's loud command. He is the quiet architect of his own destiny, one who builds not on sand, but on conviction. His mystery is not a mask hiding emptiness, but a depth that cannot be explained at a glance. And it is here, within this paradox of solitude and strength, that women find themselves drawn. Not because he seeks them, but because his essence calls to something ancient within them. The yearning to stand beside a man who does not need the world, but chooses what truly matters. There is a certain gravity that surrounds the Sigma man, a pull that is not crafted by words, but by presence alone. While others attempt to charm through exaggeration, he draws attention by embodying calm strength and unwavering clarity. His greatest gift is knowing the boundaries that define respect. Women sense this immediately. With him, their autonomy is never threatened, their space never violated, their choices never manipulated. In a culture where so many rush to control, his restraint becomes revolutionary. He is the master of invisible lines, the kind that protects dignity. His ability to hold his ground while honoring the freedom of others is magnetic. This balance creates trust, and trust creates attraction. A woman standing near him feels secure, not because he shields her from the world, but because she knows he would never reduce her into an extension of himself. Respect is not an act for him. It is the essence of his being. Even his body speaks for him. His posture is open yet relaxed, signaling approachability without neediness. His eyes do not wander aimlessly. They lock with intention, revealing attentiveness that most overlook. He listens, not with impatience waiting to reply, but with the full weight of his presence. A subtle nod, a quiet gesture, the way his focus lingers each becomes proof that he values more than surface interaction. Women feel heard, not just acknowledged, and in that recognition, they discover rare comfort. This is not the posture of a man seeking constant approval. Instead, it is the natural stance of one who is entirely at ease with himself. He does not flood conversations with needless noise, yet when he does speak, every word carries the weight of measured thought. Silence, in his hands, is not emptiness, but deliberate strength. It is in this silence that women find both intrigue and assurance, the sense that here is a man who will never exhaust them with vanity, but instead invite them into calm. The Sigma man radiates an energy that infects without force. His optimism is not naive cheerfulness, but the resilient choice to see possibilities where others see walls. This attitude is contagious. It lifts those around him, not because he tries to be the center of light, but because he refuses to dim his own flame. In his company, women feel more alive, more willing to pursue the dreams they have kept hidden. His vitality sparks their own, turning ordinary moments into a current of renewal. Add to this his mysterious allure, and the effect deepens. He does not lay out every piece of his soul on the table. Instead, he reveals himself in fragments, allowing discovery to unfold slowly. This gradual unveiling becomes irresistible, a challenge that awakens curiosity. Women lean in, compelled not by practiced lines, but by the unspoken question, who is he really? And in chasing that answer, they find themselves drawn further into his orbit, captivated by a mystery that cannot be rushed. What truly sets the Sigma man apart is the depth that cannot be captured in a glance. He notices what others miss, the small shifts in tone, the subtle changes in expression, the details most would disregard. This attention is not about surveillance, but about presence. To a woman, it feels like finally being seen not as a surface, not as an object, but as a complex being whose nuances matter. That awareness alone creates a bond that few can replicate. His intellect only amplifies this effect. He approaches the world with curiosity sharpened into wisdom, always hungry to learn, eager to explore perspectives others avoid. Conversations with him are not empty exchanges. They are voyages into deeper waters. He poses questions that linger, insights that challenge assumptions, solutions that reveal vision. This intellectual magnetism does not overwhelm. It invites. Women sense the richness of a mind unafraid of complexity, and that sense of exploration draws them closer. Yet intelligence, without humility, breeds arrogance, and here lies another reason for his allure. He respects without calculation. He treats the stranger with the same dignity as the powerful, listens as attentively to the quiet as to the loud. Unlike the alpha, who seeks to dominate every room, the Sigma seeks connection through equality. In his presence, women experience fairness not as theory, but as lived reality. It is disarming, and it is deeply attractive. Even in conflict, his uniqueness shines. He does not lash out or crumble under pressure. He weighs choices carefully, responds with composure, and walks away with his conscience intact. That ability to navigate storms without losing balance becomes proof of strength, a silent reassurance that he is built not for chaos, but for clarity. Women see this steadiness as rare, a trait that promises safety not through control, but through stability. Perhaps the most captivating element, however, is the quiet way he reveals his emotions. He does not declare them loudly, yet his gestures, his gaze, the pauses in his words, all carry meaning. It becomes a puzzle women long to solve, a mystery that keeps them engaged. This emotional subtlety, paired with his calm confidence, creates a presence that is unforgettable. He is not a man of games, but a man of layers, and every layer discovered feels like a reward. And now the journey turns to you. If these traits resonate, if you sense the quiet storm of Sigma energy echoing in your own life, then the path forward is already unfolding. This story does not end here. It continues in the center of your screen, where the next message waits. Step into it. Let the words guide you deeper. Subscribe, open your notifications, and join the unfolding of what comes next. This is not merely content, it is a doorway. Your choice to enter ensures you never miss the next revelation.